The end of the road, where the Red Army, after 2 years and thousands of kilometers, could finally lay down their arms and rest. This is Shaanxi, a land of brown hills and cave dwellings into one which Mao Zedong would live for the next few years. Here he would rebuild the communist forces, weakened to now just a few thousand soldiers. The communists survived on this, the very first oil wells drilled in China. The region was and still is an area rich in oil and coal. Back then, the communists played smart capitalists, funding their revolution with petroleum. Today, they've come full circle. Natural resources are the driving force behind China's outstanding economic growth over the last 3 decades. In Mao's time, this was countryside, and the peasants here some of the earliest beneficiaries of the communist system. For Chinese, it is the legendary site of the first socialist utopia. What's different today from 60 years ago is what's happening here. Not all of the farmland is being used in the hills behind me. A lot of the land has been left alone, and that's because farmers don't find it profitable, and many of them have left the countryside in order to work in the cities. It's happening across China, people heading in droves to the cities. Even here in Yan'an, considered a backwater, there are over 2 million residents. Building its way to the top, the country accounts for more than 10% of the global spending on construction. Speak to almost anyone, and they will tell you life is better now than before. We met Jia Dongyuan, who remembers the arrival of the Red Army here. The exhausted soldiers had shoes made of straw, and the peasants like himself who greeted them were close to starvation. The buns he now buys every day were only for special occasions. Now, he says, worn-out clothes just get tossed away. You can just buy new clothes and shoes. Who mends their clothes these days? Young people are so lucky. But while everyone has benefited, some have benefited more than others. The newest residents to the cities, former farmers, tend to be the poorest.
Government can do a lot of things to help to stabilize the rural situation. And also government need to pay the education, the health care, and whatever. It's a public goods. So that is try to increase the farmers' real income.
The Communist Party once found legitimacy in its equal distribution of wealth. Today, maintaining economic growth has become its new right to power. Visitors, including modern-day soldiers, still flock to China's first utopia. But the first-generation revolutionaries might have trouble recognizing the country as it is today. Melissa Chan, Al Jazeera, Shaanxi Province, China.